All right, so in order to write an equation that is an exponential equation, we need to know two things. We need to know what A is. A is your starting value. We usually call this our zero term. Okay, it's also our y-intercept. B is our rate of growth, or your multiplier, is what I a lot of times refer to this as. So in order to figure this out, our goal is to write an equation where we know A and B. Now there's a lot of ways you could approach this. It depends on, what you consider to be the start value. Is the start value the day she becomes pregnant, or is the start value the first day that you take a measurement? So depending on when you determine what your start value is, the days of her pregnancy could be represented by different values for X. Just to maybe keep us all speaking the same language, so to speak, let's call the day she has her first measurement our start value, our zero term. So March 21st is going to equal X is 0, okay? So we'll have a term on March 21st, and it was 200 units on March 21st. So then 2 days later, on March 23rd, so that's going to be X equals 2, we'll have her levels at 392. Now, our goal is to write an equation for this. I'm going to give you a few minutes to maybe think about that, or pause the video, take a minute or two, think about how you could write that equation. If you get stuck, you can come back for a hint, and then I'll have you continue to solve. So if you're stuck, here's a couple of approaches. First, I created a table, and I just put in the values that I knew. And I recognize that there's a value in between 0 and 1, or 0 and 2, that I don't know. But in order to get from 0 to 2, I had to multiply by b and then multiply by b again. So what I really know is if I take 200 and I multiply by b squared, I should get 392. Now you can solve that equation for b and then use that to find a. The other approach might be to set up a system of equations where I plug in x and y into two different equations. So I had y was 392 while x is 2, y is 200 while x was 0, and now I've got this system of equations. I can try to solve that system of equations and then write my equation from there. All right, if you haven't yet written your equation, take a minute, write your equation, come back and check your answer. All right, so one quick check here. Your equation that we're going to have is 200 times 1.4 to the x value. Now, it is possible that you could have different values for your a value depending on what you called 0. So what you determined was your start value or your term 0. Okay, let's try the next one.